All right, hello and welcome to episode 3 of Gridiron Gospel. We're going to be covering Week 6 college football and Week 5 NFL. As always, we religiously know football, so let's just dive into it. Number 1, Ohio State beating Minnesota at home 42-3. Julian Sayin 23 for 27, 326 yards, 3 TDs. Great games from the wide receivers there. Carnell Tate 9 receptions, 183 yards and a touchdown. Jeremiah Smith, 7 receptions, 67 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bo Jackson continuing his dominant streak, 13 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown. Ohio State staying at 1 as they got a tough test on the road in Champaign this week against Illinois. Jason, do we have any thoughts on how Ohio State performed?
It's good. I think they performed as how they should have performed against Minnesota. I feel like Sayin proved that he's a very good quarterback. Granted, I am saying that because they did play Minnesota, but Carnell Tate's looking like he should be wide receiver 1, but obviously not.
Yeah, it's always just a great battle of the wide receivers out there in Columbus. So I'd be looking forward to see how they progress forward in the season.
I will say, Bo Jackson, very good ball player.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing him progress as the season moves on.
He's Bo Lamar for a reason.
Yeah. Previously ranked number 2, Oregon, staying at 5-0. They obviously had the bye last week. They dropped down to number 3 in the rankings as previously ranked number 3. Miami jumps up to number 2, 28-22 win against Florida State. Carson Beck, 20 for 27, 240 yards, 4 touchdowns. Malachi Toney with two of those receiving touchdowns, 107 receiving yards. And C.J. Daniels picking up the other 2 touchdowns, 78 yards, 5 receptions. Miami, number 2 team in the nation, and it is looking good down there in Miami for them.
I personally don't think Miami should be number 2, just because Oregon had a bye that shouldn't penalize them. I will say Malachi Toney as a 17-year-old is looking pretty good.
Certainly hard to argue with Miami's resume, especially as a team, just with all those ranked wins. Granted, they don't really have a tough remaining strengthened schedule. I don't think they play a ranked team for the rest of the year, but it'll be interesting to see how that resume holds up as the season progresses, and hopefully Ohio State or another team maybe makes a surprise.
I saw something earlier that Miami has 8 home games and 4 away games.
Yeah, certainly an interesting schedule for them. But we've had a year of upsets so far, so you never. It's just the beauty of the sport. You never know what'll happen in any given week.
Absolutely.
Now, just going to jump down to number 4, Ole Miss, obviously with the bye week, staying at number 4. They're currently 5-0. Now we're just going to jump down to previously ranked number 5, Oklahoma, now at number 6. Played Kent State over the weekend, won 44-0. Michael Hawkins, 14 for 24, 162 yards, 3 TDs. This is Isaiah Satania, the third, 4 receptions, 75 yards, 2 TDs.
And a kick return for a touchdown, I think.
Yeah. Certainly a great week to be Oklahoma. I mean, beating a team that you obviously should beat in Kent State.
I would say they should beat them at least more than 44, but yet again, that's the impact on John Mateer. Yeah. He should be back this weekend, though.
Yeah, hopefully we get to see him. Hopefully we get to see him ball out. He's certainly a Heisman candidate in the beginning of the season. Hopefully he can continue with that performance if he can return from that injury that he
is still up there. So theoretically, if he whoops Texas, he would still be top 3.
That's honestly an interesting game that I'm looking forward to, just at least this weekend. I mean, nobody could have predicted that Texas would have been unranked, especially with how high they started in the regular season.
Yeah. Get this, the number 1, 2, and 4 preseason ranks are out of the rankings.
That's just adding on to how good of a college football season this has been. I mean,
surprises,
upsets almost every week, and just fun. Teams you never would have expected to be ranked this highly or ranked at all, just being ranked where they are. Now we're just going to jump down to previously ranked number 6, Texas A&M, jumping up to the 5 spot.
It's an underwhelming win.
They did play Mississippi State over the week, 31-9 win. Marcel Reed, 13 for 23, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Yeah, certainly a good week for the Aggies. And
Yeah, I'd say it's a very underwhelming day for Marcel Reed.
yeah, maybe he could have done a little bit more, especially against a team like Mississippi State. But
I'd say if his accuracies get better, I would say he'll be a much different QB. I think he'll be a top 10 pick next year if he gets his accuracy better.
next up, we have what could possibly be the upset of the year. Previously ranked number 7 Penn State going on the road to UCLA. Losing 42-37, Drew Aller 19 for 26, 200 yards, 2 TDs. Katron Allen adding 2 more TDs, but that just wasn't enough for the Nittany Lions, and obviously just a terrible upset win, and
Terrible gameplay.
just leaves you with a lot just to think about with James Franklin's job security maybe, and just considering Drew Aller's position as a starting QB. And speaking of Drew Aller, Jason, I know we have certainly some opinions on his performance.
Yes, I do have opinions on Drew Aller. Yet again, I knew this was going to happen. I knew as soon as they lost to Oregon, everything would go downhill. Did I think it would happen this early? Absolutely not. Absolutely no. But yet again, I will say, Drew Aller, you were a projected first-round pick, and you're playing like Nico in the playoff against Ohio State. You're like a 7th rounder at this point. I was told that Nick Singleton was the running back 1. Clearly not, when he's averaging 2 yards a carry.
Yeah,
Around 2 yards a carry. Clearly, Penn State needs to use Katron Allen and fire their D coordinator, because how do you give up 42 points to a UCLA team who fired all their coaches?
It's certainly an interesting topic, and again, they were a top 3 team in the preseason AP poll, and now they're currently unranked.
I was told they was going to win the Natty.
And they still have a tough schedule. Let's not forget about this.
They need to win out in order to make the playoffs.
But even if they do win out, they're still a 2-loss team. And especially with their loss resume, I don't really see a possibility that they can get in. I mean, a two-loss team, it's hard, especially again with that resume. Obviously, you lose to a 0-4 UCLA team who previously had not held a lead at all this year, and had just fired their head coach. They lost to an interim head coach.
And Nico went 17 for 24 for 166 yards in the air, 2 TDs with a QBR of 97. Drew Aller had 79.9. But yet again, if you look at these stats, Drew Aller didn't really play that bad of a passing game. But yet again, if you look at the running game, where was that? Drew Aller can't be leading your running game every single week. The wide receivers are very just not playing good. Defense is not playing to where it should be, and you're letting Nico run for 128 yards on you for 3 touchdowns.
This
man Nico beat Penn State by himself.
Yeah, it's certainly just interesting to see a team that was ranked so highly at the beginning of the year there and just completely unranked now and almost no chance of getting into the college football playoff.
Yeah, because they have to go on the road against Ohio State, home against Indiana, and I'm going to say the game against Michigan State is a trap game.
Yeah, I would certainly like to see Sparty take down Penn State.
That would
definitely be a statement win for the program up there.
I would be shocked if James Franklin doesn't get fired after the year.
I still don't know how he has a job after that most recent performance. But moving on, number 8 Indiana, or previously ranked number 8 Indiana, obviously with a bye week, jumped up to the number 7 spot. They have a tough game on the road in Eugene, Oregon, against Oregon this Saturday, which will be a great matchup, true test for Oregon, which they sorely need.
I feel like their test was the whiteout. They clearly proved the test. So I mean, I think Indiana is nothing to what they just played.
Yeah,
especially at home too.
It'll just certainly be interesting, especially with Kurt Cignetti, just with his reputation as a head coach, and obviously just boasting that he wins and that we should Google him. He didn't have too great of a postseason performance last year, and maybe this could be a statement win for his resume if he goes on the road and beats Oregon. So hopefully that'll be at least a good game. Previously ranked number 9 Texas going on the road to Gainesville, Florida, losing 29-21. Arch Manning 16 for 29, 263 yards, 2 TDs and 2 INTs. They're also a team that was ranked in the top 5.
Number one.
They were ranked number 1, obviously with the loss to Ohio State earlier on in the year. They now moved to 3-2, and again, currently unranked. Just a lot to be worried about if you're Texas. I mean, you have Arch Manning, who was projected so highly at the beginning of the year,
Projected to win Heisman.
He was projected to win the Heisman, according to Jason. And it's just certainly interesting to think about how the future will play out there. But they got a tough test against Oklahoma this week in the Red River rivalry. So hopefully that's a bit of a closer game. But
I don't think they're going to win at all. There's no shot. It's a neutral site game. I don't know what the season series is, but I mean,
it's not looking good for Texas as of now. Previously ranked number 10 Alabama playing number 16 Vanderbilt. Obviously came away with the win 30-14.
As they should have.
Ty Simpson 23 for 31, 340 yards, 2 TDs and an INT. Ryan Williams 6 receptions, 98 yards and a touchdown. Obviously Alabama with the win against Georgia earlier on. Now with another ranked win against Vanderbilt, and just another tough test for them going on the road to Missouri this weekend. There'll be a noon kickoff, but
they play Missouri. We're at home or away?
No, that's on the road.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
right.
Alabama just proving their dominance, especially with that tough schedule.
I feel like this is Missouri's first tough test.
Yeah, if Missouri comes away with this win, I think it's or they're at least on the cusp of the number 12 spot, which is exactly what you need to get into the CFP. So hopefully it'll be a close game and maybe it come away with an upset win. Previously ranked number 11 Texas Tech playing Houston, beat them 35-11. Their quarterback 28 for 40, 345 yards and a touchdown. Jacoby Williams 19 carries, 107 yards, 2 touchdowns as they jump to the number 9 ranking. Texas Tech certainly a team that's quietly risen up the rankings, especially with their season. But a 5-0 team, that's certainly a lot to be excited about if you're Texas Tech.
They play Kansas next week at home, so that should be an easy win.
Yeah, hopefully that would be a pretty easy win. As we now jump down to previously ranked number 12 Georgia, jumping up to the 10 spot, playing Kentucky. Beat them 35-14. Gunnar Stockton, 15 for 23, 196 yards and a touchdown with an INT. The running back, 6 carries, 48 yards, 2 touchdowns. Georgia, obviously, with the loss to Alabama in a previous week, but it's looking good for them as of now. I mean, they have a bit of a tough test against an unranked Auburn team. That'll be a night game in Auburn, so hopefully Gunnar Stockton lives up to the hype and delivers a win for Georgia there. But yeah, I mean, do you have any thoughts on that game?
On the Georgia?
Georgia-Auburn game.
Oh yeah. I think Georgia should win that, but they are playing at Auburn, so that's gonna be very tough. But yet again, I think Georgia's got that handled.
Yeah, absolutely,
just handle it.
Yeah, hopefully Georgia will come away with that win, maybe rise up a bit more in the rankings. Previously ranked number 13 LSU had a bye this week and jumped up to the number 11 spot. LSU obviously with the loss to Ole Miss, and they're just another team fighting to be in the top 12 for the.
That's shocking because I thought they were guaranteed championship contenders.
Yeah, it's certainly interesting, especially with that hype earlier on in the year.
Hopefully this bye week just put something in Nussmeier's mind, saying, "Oh, hey, I was the projected first overall pick. Let me actually play like it."
Yeah, hopefully he can step it up a bit and deliver a win against South Carolina at home next week, on Saturday. Previously ranked number 14 Iowa State, going on the road to Cincinnati, losing 38-30. Rocco Becht 30 for 48, 314 yards, 2 touchdowns. Their running back adding another 2 touchdowns with 17 yards. But they dropped to number 22, which I actually just wanted to talk about there. I understand that they only have 1 loss, but that is to an unranked team. That in my opinion, if you lose to an unranked team and you're ranked, even if that's on the road, you don't deserve to be ranked. I mean, that was a poor performance from Iowa State, and I truly just can't say enough. I mean, you have 2 teams that lost to unranked. You have two ranked teams in the top 10 dropping to unranked after their respective losses, and Iowa State just still stays at number 22, which is just wrong in my opinion.
I agree with that.
All right, number 15, or previously ranked number 15, Tennessee. Obviously had a bye this week, but they did jump to the number 12 spot. So hopefully they can deliver a win against Arkansas at home. That should be
They should handle that easily.
they should be able to come away with a win there. But you never know, especially with the performances of unranked teams this year. Hopefully they can just add another one onto this wild year in college football. Previously ranked number 16 Vanderbilt, obviously with the loss to number 10 Alabama, 30-14. Diego Pavia, 21 for 35, 198 yards, a touchdown and an INT. Vandy will drop to the number 20 spot.
You think 20 is reasonable for Vandy?
I mean, I think that's a respectable drop, especially with a loss to a team like Alabama, who, they had obviously beaten the previous year. But, I think, that's a ranked loss. Alabama was obviously ranked before that. That's a bit of a steep drop-off, but you never, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think Vandy's still in contention for the playoffs, but I don't know what the rest of their schedule is. So I should probably look at that actually, so I can be well informed.
Hey, as Jason,
Oh, never mind. They play LSU at home, Missouri at home, away against Texas, home against Auburn, Kentucky, and then finish off the season Tennessee. So I may be wrong about the playoffs.
yeah, it'll certainly be a tough test for Diego Pavia and those Commodores down in Vanderbilt. So hopefully they can deliver a promising end of the year. But we're just going to be moving on to previously ranked number 17 Georgia Tech, staying at 5-0 with the bye week.
They moved up too.
They actually did jump up to the number 13 spot.
Which how are you able to buy and then jump up like 4 spots? How does that make sense?
There's so many teams that just lost.
But then Iowa State is still ranked. How is that possible?
Like
what?
As I previously stated with Iowa State, it just doesn't make sense.
He said it all correct. How does Georgia? Kudos to Georgia Tech. They beat the bye week.
Yeah. As Georgia Tech has a bit of a test against Virginia Tech at home.
You said that was a test?
Virginia Tech just has that. I don't know. I think that could be a trap game, especially with especially with the unranked teams beating ranked teams this year.
Give me Georgia Tech.
Yeah, but just hoping for a good game there.
Open.
Yeah. Florida State, obviously with the loss to number 3 Miami, losing 28-22. Their quarterback, 25 for 45, 272 yards, 2 TDs, and 2 INTs, dropping to the number 25 spot. As they stated, they got a 3-2 record, and it'll be tough to get back into the top 12.
They don't play another ranked team for the rest of the year, so they should have a significant march back to the playoff.
But it's just like I was saying, like to my point about sorry.
They do play Clemson at Clemson, so that is different.
But it's like I was saying, like it's tough to be a 2-loss team and then jump up to and then somehow get into the college football playoffs, especially with the
Notre Dame.
Yeah, it looks like Notre Dame. We'll get to them in a bit. But just moving on to previously ranked number 19 Missouri with a bye week. They jumped up to the number 14 spot. They obviously play Alabama at home this week, so it'll be a tough test for them. So
give me Buford Bola.
Yeah.
It's gonna be his first test of the year, and see if he can prove that he's that guy.
It'll certainly be an interesting game. At least we get a decently ranked game, especially with the Big Ten showdown, Indiana Oregon. So it'd be a perfect SEC kind of equivalent to that game.
Perfect game day opportunity.
It could have been there, but I like that they're set up in Oregon. I think that'll be
that's why I said it. The Oregon was the perfect thing.
I think that'll be a great addition to, or be a great crowd for Oregon there.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're just going to keep moving on. Number 20, or previously ranked number 20 Michigan, jumping up to the 15th spot with a 24-10 win against Wisconsin. Bryce Underwood, 19 for 28, 270 yards, a touchdown. The running back adding on 117 yards and 2 TDs. Michigan 4-1 on the year. The only loss being on the road to Oklahoma, which that's a respectable loss. They again, Big Ten on the road at SEC teams. I think those are obviously tough games for Big Ten teams.
Nobody. All right.
Yeah.
And when's their first ranked game actually?
Against,
Not until Ohio State.
Yeah,
All right then.
yeah, they'll be certainly be an interesting game, especially with their recent history of against Ohio State.
They're getting the Penn State treatment. They don't have to play a single ranked team until the last game of the year, and there you go.
Just certainly a lot to think about with Michigan there.
Too much to think about.
Yeah. Previously ranked number 21 Notre Dame, playing Boise State on the road or at home, beating them 28-7. C.J. Carr 15 for 23, 189 yards, 2 TDs. Jeremiah Love 16 carries, 103 yards and a touchdown as Notre Dame jumps up to the number 16 spot in the AP poll. And Jason, looks like you have a bit of mixed feelings about that.
Mixed feelings about like I said, 2 lost teams. It should be hard to get back into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, but Notre Dame, their 2 losses, they're quality losses.
Yeah,
is what James Franklin would call them. Their quality losses: lost by 3 against Miami, and then lost by 1 to A&M. I would say those are quality losses.
Yeah, both ranked losses.
Yeah,
so.
at least they're not an 0-14.
Yeah, but just a ton of 2-loss teams still hanging around in this college football.
They got a chance though.
Yeah, in the AP top 25. Yeah. As we're just going to keep moving down the list. Previously ranked number 22 Illinois, beating Purdue 43-27. Luke Altmaier 19 for 22, 390 yards, a touchdown. Hank Beatty 5 receptions, 186 yards and a touchdown as they jump up to the number 17 spot. But they do have the test of the year in their schedule as they play Ohio State at home. Certainly be a tough test for Altmaier, but again, just hoping for a good game there. Hopefully Ohio State plays up to their standards. And
am I missing something with Purdue? Why are they putting up almost damn near 30 points a game?
It's definitely
30 points against Notre Dame shocks me. 27 against Illinois, that shocks me.
Mm-hmm.
Yet again, Illinois giving up 27 points to Purdue. I wonder what Ohio State's going to do.
Ohio State probably the best defense in the nation as of now.
Whoa. You said best defense?
Look at the teams that they've played. They played Texas, held them to 7 points.
They played Texas and who?
They played look, all the teams that they have played, they score at least.
Knock off Georgia, Grambling State.
Hey, look, they score more. Look, those teams scored more points against teams that aren't Ohio State.
That's a good point.
Than when they played Ohio State, and I certainly think that just speaks levels to what Matt Patricia has done for that Ohio State defense. But moving on, number 23 BYU staying at 5-0 with their win against West Virginia last Friday night, 38-24. Bear Backmeyer 18 for 25, 351 yards, a touchdown, and INT. L.J. Martin, 21 carries, 90 yards, and 2 TDs as the Cougars jump up to number 18 in the AP poll.
Yeah, I'm not shocked. Anyways, next team.
All right. And number 24, Virginia, or I should say previously ranked number 24, Virginia, jumping up to the number 19 spot with a 30-27 win in overtime against LSU. Chandler Morris, 19 for 31, 149 yards, touchdown. Jamari Taylor, 16 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown. As Virginia, certainly a shock, at least with how well they're performing in the ACC, and hopefully we see them make a tournament bid with at the end of the year.
The last time Virginia was in the top 25, guess what year that was?
I'm gonna go.
You're never gonna guess this.
Give me the late 80s.
Nope, 2019.
Wow, way off.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So not a great guess on my part, but that's part of.
It's part of ball knowledge.
Yeah,
we sit here and we learn.
Yeah, we learn as we go we learn as we go here at Gridiron Gospel.
You people watching are more than welcome to learn right with us.
As we're just going to move down to the last ranking. of the previous week. Number 25, Arizona State with a bye week, jumped up to number 21. Yeah, and that's the AP Top 25 for last week. And we're now just going to jump into a bit of a new segment as we're almost midway through the year in college football, where we discuss the Heisman Watch. I'll give my 3 that I have right now, and Jason will give however many he has. I'll just start out. Quarterback for Indiana, Fernando Mendoza. Just what a year he's had, especially transferring over from Cal. He's 89 for 122, 73% completion, 1,200 yards, 16 TDs, and only 1 INT. I mean, especially in a conference like the Big Ten, and just with the recent performance that Indiana has given, it just speaks volumes to what Kirk Cignetti's done for that program over at Indiana. And yeah, Jason, let's turn it over to you. Who do you have as your?
I would say number 1 in my list is Dante Moore.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say Dante Moore has proved that he is that guy. And if I can find his stats, I mean, that would be absolutely helpful. Here it is. All right, so he 1,200 yards, 14 TDs, 1 INT, 79.88 QBR, and he is looking like he either may go to the draft or stay another year and pull a Justin Herbert. So
certainly a pattern for Oregon quarterbacks.
Notable game is Penn State, obviously, with the 29 for 39, 248 yards. 3 TDs, and yeah. Did you give your 3, or was that 1?
I just gave 1.
Okay, cool.
A little bit of a sleeper pick here. Sawyer Robertson for BYU, 158 for 248, 63.7 completion percentage, over 2,000 yards already with 2,058 yards, 19 TDs, 4 INTs. But that just speaks volumes to the performance, at least the performance that he's put up. It's just certainly interesting especially with a team like BYU, who's a bit lower in the top 25 rankings. But
he plays for Baylor.
Baylor. Sawyer Robertson for Baylor. But
I agree with that. I'd say Sawyer Robertson should be a sleeper pick, but too bad I'm looking here on this odds list and he's nowhere to be found. Here it is. Sorry, Bryce Underwood has higher odds than him. That's how you know you can't trust Vegas with half the stuff. It is awful.
All right.
But I would say yes. If Sawyer Robinson played on an SEC team, I would say absolutely. Mm-hmm. He plays for Baylor, so I can't really do that.
Yeah, certainly, just some impressive numbers.
Unless he breaks Joe Burrow's record, then I would say yes.
Yeah, that would be hard to argue with.
Yeah,
but who would you say you have for your next Heisman Watch pick?
Ugh, my next one. It's a real tough one, I'm going to say, because part of me wants to say Carson Beck, but part of me also wants to say Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, Jeremiah Smith.
But my second pick, Jeremiah Smith. Yeah. I think it's about time a receiver wins it again. Yet again, I'm saying this like the last one was in the 60s, but no. Well, one since Devonta Smith. I think Jeremiah Smith is another sleeper pick.
Yeah, I'm honestly just going to piggyback off that point.
I mean, he's not a sleeper. He's obviously should be up there, but
35 receptions, 6 touchdowns, 463 yards, averages 92 yards a game. Those are quality numbers for a wide receiver. Ohio State obviously producing elite wide receivers year after year, and Jeremiah Smith's just another in the long line of production talent coming out of Ohio State.
What's the third one? Oh,
yeah.
Just say.
Yeah. All right, yeah. It's just you.
Yeah, so he has Jeremiah Smith, and my third one is Ahmed Hardy for Missouri. He's been playing very well, I would say. And I was high on Jeremiah Love. I think Ahmed Hardy's been playing heck of a lot better than Jeremiah Love. So those are my 3 right there.
All right, now we're just going to jump over to Jason's part of this show with the NFL. And
absolutely.
And Jason, let's just kick it off with the recent scores.
Absolutely. So let me get organized here, because how am I passing? All right. So for the 49ers Rams, the Niners win the game 26-23 in overtime. All right, and Mac Jones clearly played like rookie year of Mac Jones. I mean, I think you love that.
That had me reminiscent for a bit in that Thursday night game about
He also made me regret dropping him in fantasy. Thank you, Jay Daniels. He went 33 for 49, 342 yards, 2 TDs, only sacked 1 time. McCaffrey, he always has off games, but you know what? He'll bounce back next week. I don't know who they're playing, but Kendrick Bourne in his return to the Niners, I think it's his first game back. 10 receptions, 142 yards. McCaffrey obviously trying his best to do everything for the team. Fun fact, he was listed as the QB2 for the Niners.
Really?
Yeah. I saw that on Twitter. I don't know if it's true, but I just saw it. It was shocking to me. 1 sack from Bryce Huff. We had a couple, no, there were no touchdowns there. Matt Stafford turning back the clock like he does every week for some odd reason. Matt Stafford, 30 for 47, 389 yards, 3 TDs, 1 sack, and a QBR lower than Drew Aller's.
Drew Aller catching a bit of a stray there, Jason.
You know people very well.
Oh, trust me, I know your opinions very well on Drew Aller's performance.
Kyron Williams, some people say he should be cut from the team because he fumbled at the goal line. And I thought he had more yards than this. But he had 65 yards on 14 carries, 0 touchdowns. Blake Corum only having 1 carry. They should probably add him more in the offense. Devontae Adams doing what he normally does. Puka Nacua on his way to win Offensive Player of the Year. You agree with that? Puka winning the Rookie of the Year? No. Player, sorry. Player.
Offensive Player of the Year. I
Yes.
mean, it's certainly going to be an interesting race.
He's on pace for 2,000 yards. You know that?
I mean, that's if he actually does put up that kind of season, that's one heck of a season. Especially.
Shout out Ian Rappaport for my analysis.
Yeah, we obviously cite our sources here at Gridiron Gospel.
You said sources. Yeah. This is ball knowledge we're talking about. Yeah. All right. So, anyways, but 2 fumbles from Stafford and Williams. Rams they need Aaron Donald back, but
and hopefully developing Jared Verse into at least a small portion of what.
How did Jared Verse do? Oh, wait, here we go. He had 6 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. At least he's producing more than Myles Garrett. Speaking of the Myles Garrett, where's the London game, which I thank God did not get up to watch this game. Carson Wentz, 25 for 34 for 236 yards, 1 touchdown, sacked 3 times. Jordan Mason, 13 carries, 52 yards, and touchdown. Justin Jefferson with 123 yards. Jordan Addison with the game-winning touchdown. 2 fumbles from them. Sacks from nobody that I really care about. For the Browns, I would say. By the way, Jordan Addison did not play in the first quarter because he missed the walkthrough because he wanted to explore London.
Okay.
Yeah.
Certainly.
He proceeded to shut the coaches up.
Certainly an interesting reason to miss a quarter.
Dylan Gabriel in his first career start, 19 for 33, 190 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 sacks, and a QBR of wow. That's shocking. Knowing Browns, he may put up 300 yards against the Steelers. Hold on. Wait, never mind. I'll come back to that. Quinshon Judkins, 23 carries, 110 yards, 4.8 average, and they clearly don't need Nick Chubb anymore, as they have their own Nick Chubb, just a little bit faster. I would say David Njoku led the team in receiving. Isaiah Bond, 2 catches. I'm trying to get him in fantasy. 3 sacks from the team, so I would say this was a well-played game according to the stats. I obviously did not see this game because I value my sleep over watching the Vikings. I would say the Vikings are on a well-deserved bye after 2 overseas games, and the Browns play the Steelers. God help us all.
I think we all know who Jason's rooting for in that game.
God help us all. All right, Raiders Colts. All right. I'm speechless right now for the Raiders. Geno Smith, 25 for 36, 228 yards, two 2 interceptions, and I'm pretty sure during the segment he just threw another interception. Shout out Colin Coward for that quote. Ashton Jeanty, 14 carries for 67 yards, 0 touchdowns. They don't have an offensive line.
Yeah,
to say the least.
that's certainly a point I just wanted to touch on, especially just with how elite of a running back Jeanty was in college. I mean, obviously we're talking about his college days, but which obviously don't relate to his NFL playing experience. But in my opinion, he's not going to develop as a running back in the NFL if the Raiders don't do something to help out with that offensive line.
Yeah, no, I said the same thing when Najee Harris got drafted. You're drafting him in an offensive line filled with Elmer's glue, not moving. So I will say Trey Tucker leading the Trey Tucker leading the team in receiving yet again. I would say Jacoby Myers. I would say you come to the Steelers and Pats again. Did not realize Ian Thomas played for the Raiders. That's crazy. The more you know. Madden legend. Jamal Adams, 1 tackle. Jeremy Chin, 10 tackles. All right, we don't care about that anymore. The Colts, Indiana Jones, as you say, 20 for 29. 212 yards, 2 touchdowns. Anthony Richardson with the completion to himself. That's shocking. His QBR is 1.9. Jonathan Taylor with a hat trick. Jonathan Taylor with 66 yards. DJ Giddens, formerly Kansas State player. Ashton Dulin leading the team with 2 catches, which I'm very shocked at that. They put up 40 points. Michael Pittman, 39 yards. Tyler Warren, thank you for giving me 19 points. Sacks, where they had 4 sacks. DeForest Buckner, yet again, proving that he is that guy. And I would say, and for the Raiders' next opponent, they play the Titans. And the Colts' next one is the Cardinals. And I have something to say about the Cardinals later. Mm-hmm. Because if you saw that game, you saw DeMarcado fumbling at the goal line.
Yep.
He's like, yeah, no. That kid, I will say something about that now. You're getting paid millions of dollars to play this game, and you do that? Like, really? Come on. I mean, even the little preschoolers back in what do you call that? Pop Warner would no, don't drop the ball at the goal line.
Speaking of dropping the ball at the goal line, I think Jason is.
Next game. All right, so someone get him out of here. Jackson Dart, 26 for 40, 202 yards. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. What's your feeling on Jackson Dart, formerly Ole Miss QB?
Certainly performing well, especially with that Giants QB room. Obviously a bit of competition there. I think I would also just like to speak out about how progressive that run game has been. Cam Scatterbo, a great addition to that roster. 15 carries, 59 yards. He's slowly progressing, but I can see him as a truly great running back if he can just continue progressing.
Yeah, I would say Scabby would be a great running back one if he just doesn't look for blood every single time he runs, because that's the only thing. I love it, but I mean, geez. Daniel Bellinger leading the team with yards. That's how much Malik Neighbors has missed. 52 yards. Theo Johnson, if anyone had the bet of Theo Johnson with 2 touchdowns. I'm shocked if anyone does. 3 fumbles. Yeah, that's it. And Gunnar Olszewski doing his best of not doing anything on special teams. Spencer Rattler proving my point again. He's not a bad quarterback. Just have a simple team around him, and he's very good. 21 for 31, 225, 1 touchdown. Taysom Hill, oh my God. Why is he still in the league? Alvin Kamara needs to get out of New Orleans because he had 8 carries for 27 yards, and I feel like it's time for him to finally win a Super Bowl.
I mean,
and if you had to pick a team he got traded to, don't accept the Patriots because they are not winning the Super Bowl. Go ahead.
With Kamara, I'd like to see him just go to a team or have a similar situation like Christian McCaffrey did. Obviously, going from the Panthers to the 49ers. So maybe if he I don't know. Maybe if we're going the NFC, maybe it could be a good addition alongside Bucky Irving in Tampa Bay. Maybe.
Huh, yes, Bucky.
That
I
would
would
be-
also say since Saquon is officially washed. I know, I'm kidding, but Rashid Shaheed 4 receptions, 114 yards, and had an 87-yard touchdown. If you watched the Week 1, Week 2 Saints last year, you would know he was doing that constantly.
Yeah.
1 touchdown. Chris Olave, 59 yards, and the defense was non-existent. All right, so the Giants' next opponent is Thursday against the Eagles. Who do you got in that?
I got the Eagles there.
They'll both lose.
Hoping for a tie there.
Yeah, I mean, all realistic, if the Eagles don't win by 40, there's something wrong. And the Saints' next opponent is the Patriots.
Yeah, hopefully the Pats can take care of business there, especially with their past performance against the
Beat the Bills.
statement win against the Buffalo Bills as they move up to.
Speaking of the Bills, they need to rip those jerseys off immediately because those jerseys got on, it's bad luck right there.
Hey, they got those white jerseys, but unfortunately, snow melts in May.
Oh, yeah, unless you're in Pittsburgh in April. It's not different. Dak Prescott, 18 for 29, 237 yards. 4 touchdowns. I forgot to tell you the matchup. I'm sorry, dear viewers. Cowboys and Jets. I probably said it again, but I'd say Dak is up there for MVP.
Hey, it's truly great to see. I'm
shocked he's not top 3. That's what Stephen A. Smith said.
Well, Cowboy. He obviously has some Cowboy bias there, but it's just truly great to see Dak Prescott with the year that he's having, especially considering the Cowboys' past history was just not really performing that well, especially even if they do make the postseason, it's never really
How many championships?
It's very short-lived. But Prescott, he's a good quarterback.
He's always been good. Yeah. It's just he gets a lot of hate for just being on the Cowboys.
Yeah, that'll come with being on the Cowboys.
Yeah. Javonte Williams proves that you will indeed find a gem in the thrift store. Javonte Williams, 16 carries, 135 yards, 8.4 yards a carry, and a touchdown. Proves that he was never washed. He was just hurt. And here's a new name for wide receiving, if any of you guys know who Ryan Flournoy is. As we're here, I'm doing research on him. He's from southeastern Missouri, and that was his only game played. Nice. George Pickens doing his best and not showing up. 2 receptions for 57 yards, 1 touchdown on 4 targets. Jake Ferguson, yet again, proving that he's going to lead the league in touchdowns if he keeps this up.
Yeah, just wanted to thank him for his fantasy performance this week. He probably will. It's back and forth whether he or Brock Bowers will start on the team, but just thank you for that performance.
I'm gonna need Jane Daniels to step it up. Anyways, the Jets, Justin Fields. This man makes no sense to me. I will say this right now because throughout the whole game, it looked like they were dead in the water. It looked like the movie Jaws. But Justin Fields, 32 for 46, and that mostly came from the fourth quarter. 2 touchdowns, 283 yards, the QBR of oh my lord. Breece Hall showing up for my fantasy again. Thank you. 14 carries, 113 yards, and no touchdowns. I really wished you had a couple touchdowns there. Oh my God. Fields makes no sense. I'm tired of defending him. Garrett Wilson, 6 receptions, 71 yards, 1 touchdown. Proves he's still very good. Mason Taylor, that should be the Jets' future tight end. Breece Hall did have a fumble. Still mad about that. And the Jets' next opponent is the Broncos in London, if any of you guys care to get up early for that game. And the Cowboys' next opponent is the Panthers. So that should be a very blockbuster game between the Panthers and the Cowboys. Sense the sarcasm out of my mouth. Broncos-Eagles. This was arguably my favorite game of the weekend. Bo Nix, my fantasy goat. 24 for 39, 242 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 sacks. J.K. Dobbins looking like his freshman year Ohio State days. 79 yards, 1 touchdown, 20 carries. Cortland Sutton doing his best and trying to carry the receiving core. The sacks, Nick Bonito, I will say no one is giving him enough credit because I would say if you search up the Defensive Player of the Year rankings, he's nowhere near on there. As this moment, it could have changed. But yet again, do you agree Nick Bonito is should be up there for the deep play, the top 3?
I definitely do think he should be up there, especially with the game that he just put up. Obviously, he's had a great season so far. It's gone pretty much unnoticed, but hopefully
Got paid for a reason.
Yeah, hopefully he can just keep progressing with this great season.
Doing it.
Hopefully, make some noise in the DPOY race.
And I would say he is better than Myles Garrett. 6 sacks from the fellas. I just don't like you, RJ Harvey. Jalen Hurts. Oh my God. How do people defend this man? 23 for 38, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley is shockingly awful.
6 carries for 30 yards. The Eagles of all teams had 11 carries throughout the whole game.
Just not what you want to see out of
Proves that if you can beat the Eagles if you stop the run.
Yeah.
Because, yet again, Devontae Smith showing up, A.J. Brown wanting out. A.J. Brown should be traded.
To the
A lot of
Patriots.
I've seen before this, a lot of Eagles reporters and a lot of fans are mainly blaming the loss on the ref ball, but yet again, don't blow a 17-point lead in the second half. Don't blame A.J. Brown for giving up on a route. Jalen Hurts cannot throw a deep ball to save his life. Whenever he does, it's lucky. And he's arguably the slowest runner I've ever seen. Zach Bond, the sack. Zadarius Smith is on his 20th team, apparently. And the Broncos' next opponent, as I said, was the Jets, and the Eagles, as I said, as well as the Giants. I can go on and on about the Eagles, but I really don't feel like it. Dolphins, Panthers. This was one of the games. 24-27 win. And my apologies, I did not say the scores for the other games, but you have Google's free. Tua, 27 for 36, 256 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Devon Achane, if you drafted him in fantasy, what are you doing? Yeah, that's a certain shot to someone. Jalen Waddle, 6 receptions for 110 yards, 1 touchdown. As he should, because Tyreek Hill's not playing. Darren Waller apparently is now back from his rap career. 5 receptions, 78 yards, 1 touchdown, looking like Raiders. Darren Waller in that game. Who showed up for the defense? Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb showed up for the defense. And since when was Matthew Judon on the Dolphins?
I miss him in New England, definitely.
Minka got a pick. That's his first pick since his rookie year. I'm kidding. He didn't show up for the last 3 years for us. Bryce Young needs to get out of Carolina. 19 for 30, 198 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Rico Dowdle, if any of you guys picked him up in fantasy, Jesus loves you. He loves you. 206 yards, 1 touchdown, 23 carries. Tenaroya McMillan, 73 yards. He was drafted to do that. He did his job. That Bryce Young fumble, I don't know if you watched it, was probably the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my life. Same thing Jackson Dart did. They had 9 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, and that's basically it. The Dolphins' next opponents, the Chargers, and the Panthers is the boys down in the Big D. Dallas Cowboys. Next one was my other favorite game. The Houston Texans winning by 34 points in Baltimore. I heard that the local Baltimore hospital was filled. You wonder why. C.J. Stroud proving me right again that he's very good. 23 for 27, he has as many touchdowns as incompletions. Had a 99 QBR.
That's always a good game if you
Always very good. 244 yards, 4 touchdowns, averaged 9 a throw. Nick Chubb was 61 yards. Stroud had 1 rush for 30 yards. Nico Collins did very good again. And I am going to bring up a thing right now because the Texans only punted 1 time.
You know, that's certainly a good game if you can only punt once.
Yep.
Glad they came away with the win there.
The Ravens, Lamar is not playing because they have the opposite version of Lamar playing. Cooper Rush, if any of you Cooper Rush lovers out there, I'm sorry. Hi, Cooper Rush lover. 14 for 20, 179 yards, 3 picks. Good Lord. Derrick Henry, 15 carries, 33 yards, 1 touchdown. And that 1 touchdown was in crunch time. That was the start of a comeback. Ooh. Zay Flowers, 72 yards. DeAndre Hopkins, 46 yards. Van Noy with the sack, and yeah, that's it. And speaking of the Ravens, if any of you Ravens fans out there, Odafe Owe got traded to the Chargers, and I'm pretty sure, according to Twitter, it was for the safety Aloy, however you say his name, Gilman, safety. So that should be a nice pickup for Ravens because that's what they said.
Mm-hmm.
They love him with Kyle Hamilton, who I also think has just disappeared. I think he's at a wobble run. He hasn't came back yet. All right, so the Texans' next opponent is the bye. Let's see if they can defeat the bye. The Ravens are playing the Rams, and I feel bad for the Ravens because the Rams may put up Hall of Fame numbers against them. Do you agree?
Yeah, you know, I certainly think they will take care of business there, especially considering the pass game that they just had.
Puka over under 200 yards. No, I'm kidding.
We don't encourage betting around here. Or at least, I can't speak for Jason.
I support fake gambling. Titans Cardinals. This was the game I was talking about, fumbling the ball at the goal line. Cam Ward he's a rookie. Give him some slack, Twitter. Come on, he's a rookie. Give him some slack. He's playing with the Titans. With the offensive line compared to Velveeta cheese. 21 for 39. I don't know how that made sense. 21 for 39, 265 yards with 1 touchdown. Which, if you saw not 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I'm sorry, he had 0 touchdowns. That 1 interception turned it into a touchdown.
Yeah.
Which, how does that not record it as a touchdown pass? Because it was still a Titans. That made no sense.
To the defense.
To the defense and the other way. That's what we call the 1-point safety. Tony Pollard for 67 yards, 14 carries, 1 touchdown. And can you stop doing that? Calvin Ridley, 131 yards, 5 receptions. Chegu Okonkwo, shout out Maryland fans. Hey, I'm one. 48 yards. Gunnar Helm, I should put him in my lineup one time. 34 yards. Wow, that's nice. Defense did not show up as usual. I'm just going to say their next opponent is the Raiders, so that viewership is going to be all-time low. The Cardinals' next opponent is the Colts, but the Cardinals with Kyler Murray, 23 for 31, 220, and nothing else. Jacoby Brissett had to come in for a play. DeMarcado had that long run, as you can tell, of what I was talking about. Michael Carter for 18 carries, 51 yards. Marv Harrison, about time he does something. 98 yards. Give him his confidence back. I would say that. 24 average carry, 3 fumbles. The sacks were not there, except for Josh Sweat. Shout out any Josh Sweat fans out there. The next game I will put out there is the Bucs and Seahawks. I would say the game of the week. Why was that game on CBS? You're telling me the game of the week was the Commanders Chargers, but you have the Bucs and Seahawks putting up an all-time performance. Like what? Baker MVP numbers here: 29 for 33, 379 yards, 2 touchdowns. Rashad White filling in with Bucky Irving, or barely filling in. 2 touchdowns from him. Egbuka, that's how you say it, Gronk. Say it right. Egbuka. 1 touchdown.
7 targets for 7 receptions. That's very good. 1 touchdown. Offensive Rookie of the Year numbers. By the way, going into this game, I was like, all right, so it's Ekbuka and Tyler Warren, Nick and Nick for Offensive Rookie of the Year. After this game, I just shut my mouth. I would say the defense did not show up, as you can tell from the final score, 38-35. Levante David had a pick. Sam Darnold, on the other hand, had 28 for 34. 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. This game proved that development is key and what team you get drafted by. Too bad the Browns can't do that. Kenneth Walker, 10 carries for 86 yards. Jalen Milroe had the most hilarious fumble I've ever seen. JSN, thank you for showing up for me. 8 receptions, 132 yards, 1 touchdown. The sacks were not there. Yeah, so that was one of a game, and the Bucs, their next opponent is the 49ers. The Seahawks playing the surprisingly 4-1 Jacksonville Jaguars. And what I mean by surprisingly, I'm very shocked. The next game, Commanders and Chargers. Jade Daniels, first game back from injury, 15 for 26, 231 yards, 1 touchdown. Bill Krosky-Merritt. Proving that any 7th-round gem can be very good. 14 carries, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jaden Daniels, 39 yards on the ground. Debo filling in very well for Terry McLaurin. Pretty sure Terry is going to return next week, so that's good for
Good news
the
for
fans of that organization. The sacks, Von Miller had a second half, and Jacob Martin at the half, and Jerzon Newton. Jerzon Newton from Illinois. Mikey Sanders stole the pick from Michigan. Does that pull up my ball knowledge there? Justin Herbert. Okay. Yeah, this was an underwhelming game from Herbert. 22 for 29, 166 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, and led the team in rushing. That's just sad. Keenan Allen, 58 yards. Quentin Johnston with 40 yards. Also had a fumble, too. The sack numbers is not there, barely, even if you know who that is. Commanders play the Bears in a great matchup. And Chargers play the Dolphins in that matchup. And I would say next week's Monday night is the greatest one-sided rivalry of all time. Because for some odd reason, the Bears fans hate the Commanders. I don't know why.
Yeah,
They hate the Commanders because, guess what? Because they think Caleb Williams had a better year than Jane Daniels.
he did.
Really?
No,
he did not. No. Did he take him to a conference championship? No. So, like any Commanders fans watching, like, what's up with the one-sided rivalry? What are we doing? Like, I'm not even blaming you, Commanders fans. It's just the Bears fans. What are we doing? All right, Lions Bengals. As I said last week, if you know at the end of the episode, probably the greatest line I've ever said. He has risen. Joe Flacco is your QB1. Joe Flacco is now the Bengals starting QB. Now I am shivering in my boots. I'm not. Jared Goff, 19 for 23, 258 yards, 3 touchdowns, and at some point, and David Montgomery had a touchdown pass too. There was a point in the game where he had more touchdown passes than Jake Browning.
It's certainly a sight to see.
A sight with bleaching, right? David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, I'm pretty sure it's a record I saw, 14 straight games of them both scoring a touchdown. Yeah. Montgomery with the rushing and Gibbs with the receiving. Amon-Ra with 100 yards. Laporta, 92. Laporta is really like Mr. Consistent. That's what I call Jordan Westbrook on the Orioles. Sacks, Derek Barnes was there. Hutch was showing up as usual. 3 picks as usual. They weren't even takeaways. They were giveaways. Shout out that Bengals announcer on that game. And then the Bengals, God, this is torturous. 26 for 40, 251, 3 touchdowns, surprisingly, 3 interceptions. The running game was
Next thing, receiving, Jamar Chase. Hey, Bengals, you realize you have the best receiver in the league? Might as well feed him. Like, feed the man. 6 receptions for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns. Feed the guy. T. Higgins, 1 touchdown. Feed the dude. Like, what are we doing? Recovered 3 fumbles from both sides of the ball and fumbled twice. Thankfully, they did not lose a fumble. Sacks was Trey Hendrickson being paid like he's supposed to do and sack the person. And, yeah, that's all I have for that barn burner of a game. The Lions play the Chiefs, by the way. And the Bengals play the Packers. If I'm Packers fans, I'm shivering in my boots because Joe Flacco already beat us once. He's going to beat us twice. No, I hope he doesn't. Now, the next game is the Patriots and Bills. Now, this game was not surprising because Drake May has become the quarterback he should have. Out of North Carolina, it's what Mitch Trubisky was supposed to be, but look at him now. 22 for 30, no touchdowns, no interceptions for 273 yards. Can you explain this to me? Why is Henderson not starting?
It's probably because they originally had Gibson in, but he seems to be out for the year with the torn ACL.
Okay, why Stevenson?
Stevenson, I think it's just the performances that he's had in recent years. It's just he was supposed to be like the go-to guy, but he just hasn't.
He has more career fumbles than touchdowns.
Just hasn't panned out this year. But great to see Travion getting some carries in there. 6 carries, 24 yards. His longest carry there was 13 yards. But I personally think he can be developed into a great running back. Just got to give him a couple more touches every game.
Diggs with 10 receptions, 146 yards, 0 touchdowns. Hunter Henry is the longest tenured Patriot, actually. You know that?
He's been.
He got signed 2021.
Yeah, certainly has been around for a while, but
he's been around the block.
Great quality tight end.
1 sack from their $90 million man, Milton Williams. How was he paid $90 million? All right.
We need to know
Josh Allen, 22 for 31, 253, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He is still my MVP. Any Ravens fans can be quiet out there. Josh Allen, 53 yards. James Cook did not show up whatsoever. 15 carries, 49 yards. Dalton Kincaid playing like a first-rounder, as he should have. 108 yards for 6 receptions on 6 targets. 2 fumbles. A sack from Rousseau. Deion Walker from Kentucky. A.J. Espinoza from Iowa. I'm sorry, I apologize, guys. My ball knowledge is immaculate. And the Patriots' next opponents, the Saints and the Bills next is a Monday. I think it's Monday night.
That could be a good opportunity for the Pats because if Pats take care of business, Bills take another loss on the chin. I hate to admit it, Bills fans. That ties the Pats and the Bills for the division lead.
The Bills play the Falcons on Monday night.
It could wait a little bit for the Pats to be atop the division again, but I just hope the Pats could take care of business against the Saints, hopefully tie as many wins as we've had in the past 2 years, with 4 wins by I want to say weeks. Yeah, it'll be week 6 next week.
Yep. Patty Mahomes for the Chiefs, doing his best to carry the team as usual. 29 for 41, 318 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Mahomes leads the team in rushing. That cannot happen because you have a guy who's that looks like a athletic Adam Sandler. He's 1 touchdown, and that can't happen because Kareem Hunt should not be in this league. Pacheco should be off my fantasy team. Tyquan Thornton, 3 receptions for 90 yards. That's their Make-A-Wish Tyreek Hill. Travis Kelce, 7 receptions for 61 yards. Looking like a Taylor Swift album. The sacks, it's Jalen Watson and 3 sacks, apparently. Trent McDuffie with the pick. Shout out any Trent McDuffie fans. Trevor Lawrence had the game-winning touchdown that was weird.
The dude fell and then got up and then proceeded to score. That is impressive. To me, at least. I don't know. Lawrence with 18, 25, 221 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Also led the team in rushing. Brian Thomas Jr. finally getting yards. I'm gonna tell you a stat later. Travis Hunter finally getting targets, but not enough. He's getting the Metcalf treatment. 64 yards, 3 receptions. Sacks were not there, but hey, Jaguars won the game. They're moving on 4-1, playing the Seahawks. Chiefs play the Lions. All right, and that is week. What week is that?
I want to say it was
Week 5 of NFL. All right, so you can do whatever you want.
All right, and that's our coverage for week 6 of the college football season and week 5 of the NFL season. I think.
No, go on.
All right, and I think that'll be a wrap on episode 3 of Gridiron Gospel. Be sure to check out our Instagram page at gridiron.gospel, as well as our YouTube page, Gridiron Gospel. We're also up on the Duquesne Student TV page, so thanks again for this great opportunity. And we will see
Sub.
you. And we will see
Now.
and we will see you next week. Thank you again.
Please.